When looking at this setup, if you do not know that this is a light bulb setup, if you have any hesitation on, oh, is this a good setup, then you have not studied my model enough. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to know you're getting proper screen time and what getting proper screen time actually means. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I asked everyone a couple weeks ago who this quote I said in a YouTube video was by, and you all said Bruce Lee. And you can see that you were correct, okay? And this quote really hones in on like whether you're going to be profitable or not, because and the quote is, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 1,000 times. Okay, how many of you can actually say for a fact that when you look at the setup, you've seen it before and you've seen it work before? I really hope most of you can look at this setup and be like, oh my God, I've seen this before. I've been training for years. This is very like repeatable. And if you do not have that feeling, you need to live by this quote, study this quote, because you need to have enough time in the market where you've seen something 5, 10 times. Okay, by practicing the same kick. You know, this right here, okay, this is the kick. Okay, and you've seen it before, you've practiced it, you've taken it, you've backtested it, and that's really what adds to screen time and makes you profitable. I can't tell you how many times that I've literally quit a strategy and tried to move on to a new strategy. So many times when I was growing up, like in the trading world, I tried VWAP, I tried EMA, and I'd have good days, and then the one bad day, I'd be like, oh, maybe I can find a better strategy. And that was my mistake, you know. There was a losing setup today, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest setup, but a lot of you probably took it, right? There's a losing 3-minute IPG. And you have to understand, like, yeah, I lost once, so what? You know, it's still a good setup, right? You're still trying to take the setup. It lost once, so what? And this is where people are like, oh, well, the IPGs really work. And yeah, I didn't take the setup, but you have to understand that you can't let one losing day get to you. You have to live by the quote, practice the same setup 1,000 times, because then you truly know when to move the stop loss, when to trail the stop loss, when to take profit, when to take partials, when to take partials versus not taking full partials, when to get out if the trade's not moving. You need to know all these things from backtesting, and you're only going to understand that by practicing the same trade 10,000 times. So let me tell you something. It doesn't have to be an IPG setup. It can be any setup you like. It could be VWAP. It could be EMA. There could be a retail trader watching this who only uses VWAP. It's the same thing, right? If I turn on the SMA in my chart, I'm only taking trades off the SMA. Maybe I'm taking a short rejection. You can't just say like, oh, this is a working trade, I'm going to switch to the 200 SMA. You have to really hone in, really backtest, and that's where you build screen time and practice the same kick 1,000 times. Now, I want you to show you guys something. So I made a new checklist, okay? So I'm in a new checklist, and it's really good. Let me just show you guys this real quick. Now, as you can see here, here's a checklist, and it's brand new, right? And I kind of made this into a point system. Right, and this is how to like practice. So I want you to print this checklist out, right? And I want you to somehow put it beneath like somewhere where you can erase, or maybe you could put it like a thing over it to do an expo marker and then erase it every time. But whatever works is fine, or you could do it online if you want. But I want you to backtest. I want you to take 100, 200, 300 trades, and if you really want it, you'll listen to me, okay? And I want you to kind of do this point system, and if it's 5+ points compared to the results, so when it's 1+ point, and just keep taking the same repeatable setup. And I want you to just backtest this, use this checklist. If you want to download this will be for free. There's a link in the bio, and I want you to go through this checklist, and this is really where you're going to like know, okay, this is the next setup. I've seen this before. It has 5+ points. It's a 5+ point setup, so it's probably A+. Or maybe there's only 3 confluences, okay? So maybe it's a B setup, you know? And this is a little different measurement than my IPG ratings guide. It's a little different scale. So while a B setup on this might be an A+ setup on my guide, you know, A+ setup on this might be B setup on my guide. So this is a little different scale, but maybe the scale clicks with you more. It's not always gonna be the same rating as the other checklist. So again, it's just super good to go through. And I want you to go on FxReplay, and I want you to backtest, which if you want to use code DODGE15 for a 15% discount, you can do that as well. I want you to kind of use that checklist And I want you to really hone in on the same exact trade, like for the same signature and price every single time. We got a really good one today on the 1 minute down here. Again, how many people here in this video can say, like, I've seen this setup 50 million times? You know, I can say I've seen this setup a ton. You know, we come down, sweep below, you know, we come up, we sweep below these equal lows, we deliver out a fair value gap. Like, this is an A+ setup to me automatically. You know, we've LRLR above, and I can say that because I've seen this setup a million times because I've backtested and put in the work. And you need to be able to do that. And if you go away from this video and you don't listen to me, good luck. It's going to be much harder for you to become profitable. And yeah, that's really all I got for today's video. Go through the checklist, really focus on taking the same setup. You want to have that picture. You know, this picture must click inside your brain. You know, you must, I guarantee you, if you will see this again, okay, in any time frame. And any time frame is fractal. Any stock is fractal. This works in every stock. Crypto, I've seen this work on many different pairs, commodities, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys are interested, Apex is doing a sale. The link is in the bio. I would suggest buying a $50,000 account. It's like $30 right now. At the time I upload this video, they might have a different sale, but it's like $30, dude. Like, just get a few accounts, practice these setups. If you lose the account, you're losing $30. You're not actually losing $2,500. You know, if you do well enough, you actually have a chance to get a real payout, which is kind of cool with your bank account. But, you know, they're very cheap accounts. Just get a few accounts, practice these setups. I promise you it will be worth it practicing. And practice that same kick 10,000 times, as Bruce Lee says, because you're going to become a much better trader than a lot of people in this industry rather than taking every single model there is in the game. And here are just some examples of a bunch of testimonials, a bunch of profits, and just a bunch of successful students where they put in the work and they become profitable. And, you know, all these guys are living the life that they want to live. So with that being said, here's just some examples. And if you are interested, I do upload on YouTube for free, but I did just start a one-on-one mentorship where it's very private, very personalized. It's got a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. I have denied a lot of people. But there's only, I think, 16 or 15 spots left at the moment. And my favorite part of the mentorship, which you can apply at the link below, by the way, is an accountability program. So basically what I did is I created this accountability journal, okay? And I put 4 students in a group, and I basically had them meet once a week where they are going to be accountable for their actions, show their P&L, and just overall make sure that they have partners to keep them in check. I also have a ton of quizzes and exams throughout a bunch of coursework, but that's pretty basic, even though a lot of other mentors don't do the quizzes and exams. And overall, I just get a call a lot, give some people my phone number if you really need it, and I'm very accessible, and I do 2 classes a week. So if you're interested, it's totally free to book a call. Just click the link in the description, and I hope I can see some of you. And for the ones who get denied, just remember, my YouTube is free. Okay, you don't need to pay me to become profitable. This is very private, and I'm upload videos for free for a reason. I don't want your money. Okay, but this is for people who are going to be dedicated, work extra hard, and people that I want to spend my time teaching who won't waste my time, that I know has a strong chance of becoming profitable. That's it for this video. Don't forget to use code DODGY for an Apex account, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.